All content is publicly sourced and used under the USA Fair Use and UK Fair Dealing Guidelines. The things I say are strictly my opinion. Hello again, you guys. It's the Bizzy Bee with the Royalty. Happy Friday to you. It's July the 10th. Hope you like the cartoon of William II. For today's History Minute, we have Eleanor of Provence, Queen Consort of Henry III. Couldn't find any information about that drawing of her. Tenure as Queen Consort, 14th of January, 1236 to 16th of February, 1272. Eleanor was very much hated by Londoners. Sounds like a certain duchess we should know. This was because she had brought many relatives with her to England in her retinue. These were known as the Savoyards, and they were given influential positions in the government and realm. Well, our Duchess only brought one relative with her. She doesn't have anything to do with the others. Eleanor was so disliked that people attacked her barge by throwing stones at it. She was renowned for her cleverness, skill at writing poetry, and as a leader of fashion. Well, Meg is renowned for her shiftiness, her skill at calligraphy, and the way she messes up everything she wears. Eleanor died the 25th of June, 1291, in Amesbury. She was in her late 60s. She was buried in Amesbury Abbey. The exact site of her grave at the abbey is unknown, making her the only English queen without a marked grave. Interesting, you guys. Patricia told me she's not crazy about the history lessons. I can read on it who I'm interested in. Please just cover your day's topic. Well said, I am British and would not assume to give American history lessons to Americans. But annoying when people think, oh, I don't think I know your history better than you and them. I would never claim to. Sorry if you were offended. Okay, according to the LA Times, Meghan defends her friends' identities in a fight with the British news outlets. Well, you guys, I'll link these articles in the description below, but apparently Meghan is trying to keep her friends' names from getting out there. I wonder why that would be, because if their names get out there, they come to testify. If they have to testify under oath, they'll be leaking things about Meghan. Not leaking, but they'll be telling the truth about Meghan on the stand, their right hand raised to God, amen. The article says the Duchess of Sussex asked a British court Thursday to prevent a newspaper from publishing the names of 5 friends who defended her while speaking to People magazine under the shield of anonymity. The former Meghan Markle made the request in a witness statement from her lawsuit against the Daily Mail, the Mail on Sunday, and parent company over excerpts from a private and confidential letter she wrote to her father that the newspaper published last year. That fancy calligraphy she was writing in that letter, she didn't intend for it to get out? I find that very hard to believe. Her statement, filed in Britain's High Court, claims the news outlet has threatened to publish the names of the 5 women who spoke to people anonymously but are named in confidential court documents as part of her lawsuit. Maybe they've said something and they'll have to perjure themselves, or who knows why they don't want their names, why Meghan doesn't want their names to get out. For the Mail on Sunday to expose them in the public domain for no reason other than clickbait and commercial gain is vicious and poses a threat to their emotional and mental well-being. Well, as we all know, Harry and Meghan, Harry and Meghan are experts on emotional and mental well-being. And wait a second, Meghan says to expose them in the public domain for no other reason than clickbait and commercial gain is vicious? Poses a threat to their well-being? That's exactly what she does to her own child, isn't it? She puts a picture out of him when it was his first birthday, the duck video duck or duck run duck goose whatever, she put that out, merch in the clothes he was wearing, her Black Lives Matter speech, merch in that. She's one to talk about commercial gain and viciousness. She's the vicious queen of commercial gain. Oh, she is such a hypocrite. Papers drawn up by lawyers for the news orgs argue that the publication of the letter to the Duchess's father was in response to a one-sided article in People in February 2019 featuring an interview with the close friends. The article referenced the letter, meaning it was in the public domain, the lawyers said. The outlet said it has no intention of publishing the names this weekend, but it said the court should decide on the confidentiality to which Meghan's friends are entitled. Well, how can she sue anyone? If she showed this letter to these 5 friends, then how can she be suing anyone? Because this is in the public domain. She does not have a leg to stand on. Their evidence is at the heart of the case, and we see no reason why their identities should be kept secret, the news organization said in a statement. That is why we told the Duchess's lawyers last week that the question of their confidentiality should be properly considered by the court. The Duchess said in her statement Thursday that the 5 friends made the choice on their own to speak to people. She accused the newspaper of trying to create a distraction. When these girls go under oath, then we'll see if they chose to go or they didn't choose to go to people. Meghan told them to go. We all know that. And they're not going to be charged with perjury on account of Meghan. She's not that special to them. The 5 women are not on trial, and nor am I, the statement said. These 5 women are not on trial, and nor am I. It should just be nor am I believe. Maybe that's why her sugars are so bad at grammar as well. The publisher of the Mail on Sunday is the one on trial. It is this publisher that acted unlawfully and is attempting to evade accountability, to create a circus and distract from the point of this case, that the Mail on Sunday unlawfully published my private letter. Each of these women is a private citizen, young mother, and each has a basic right to privacy. What would Meghan know about privacy? She goes and tells everything she does. 4th of July, she has to leak that she's spending time with her child. Isn't that what a mother's supposed to do? Meghan and privacy. Meghan moved to LA so she could get more privacy? Oh, come on, this woman is full of it. Meghan's civil lawsuit accuses the Mail on Sunday and its publisher, Associated Newspapers, of copyright infringement, misuse of private information, and violating the UK's data protection law with the publication of the letter. The publication argues that there is huge and legitimate public interest in the royal family and the activities, conduct, and standards of behavior of its members. It argues this extends not merely to their public conduct, but to their personal and family relationships, because those are integral to the proper functioning of the monarchy. Meghan intended this letter to go public. She is such a fibber. Everything she does is to get attention and her name in the press. She showed the letter to those 5 friends. They'll be put under oath and they'll have to admit it, and then Meghan will be exposed for the liar that she is. And because she showed it to them, then it's in the public domain. This newspaper can publish it. Sorry, Meghan, you've lost. Go home. Bye, Felicia. And this article I found in The Sun, I'm not going to read the article, but it gives its opinions on who these 5 friends are, and I'm sure you'll all agree. Number 1, of course, Jessica Mulroney. Cheeto Jessica. Number 2, the Pilates instructor, Heather Dorak, her friend from LA. Number 3, her former co-star, maybe actress Abigail Spencer. Oh, I'm sorry. The next friend is her pal from university, Lindsay Jill Roth. That may be the source referred to as the longtime friend. And the last friend, actress Sarah Rafferty, may be a source described as a one-time colleague. Isn't she the one that was on Suits with Meghan? I don't know. I never watched the show, but I remember there was one female in the show, and she was billed above Meghan, and Meghan was fifth down on the list, second female on the list. That's what I'm trying to say. I know that gripes Meghan's goat when she hears that. Some comments from the last video. Ricieri says, so she permanently straightened her hair and changed her nose to look white. Scribbled Caucasian on all her legal papers, screwed herself up to the top, married a prince, alienated him from everything he's ever known, disowned her own family, and she wants to talk young, impressionable girls. Someone needs to have a serious word with that Merkel woman. She needs to be stopped. USA Cells says, what will she teach these girls? How to sleep their way into anything they want? Carol says, don't forget the stupid hand gestures and their favorite words, thrive and me. The only good thing about this and the Commonwealth speech they gave is that they're a step nearer to losing their titles. They cannot keep talking politics and be a part of the BRF. They're making the Queen and Charles look weak. Don't you think Meghan is looking a bit darker lately and her hair has a more texture to it? I think she's trying to look more black now as she tries to become a leader of BLM. Carol, she'll hitch her wagon onto whatever she can to keep her name out there, and however she has to do it. Pound sign says, it's not about empowering women, it's about empowering escorting women of the world. Who else can do this job better than the Queen of escorting women? None other than Meghan Auntie. Well, escorts need motivational speakers too. They get down in the dumps and they need a little bit of motivation also. Pound sign. Only the demented need reply. One of my favorite commenters. He's the one who said the things about my dogs that YouTube didn't like. He's a sweet one. Bizzy Bee. You will never be a woman no matter how bad you want, so stay out of female business. As a matter of fact, go back in the closet and lock the door. Okay. As you see, I responded, I love being a man. I have never had any desire to be a female, and if I had, there wouldn't be anything wrong with that. I am perfectly happy with the way God made me. God bless you, only the demented. Pink Floyd 4 says, dude, you're gay. Shirley replied, Pink Floyd, why bring up sexuality? You have a problem. Live and let live. Michelle replied, so, big deal, Pink Floyd. You're an idiot. Who cares what you say? Nothing wrong in being gay. Get a life. Is that all you can say with your little pea-brain mindset? And I responded, aw, so kind of you to notice, Pink. Although I feel I must ask, why do you care? Do you want to take me on a date? Well, sir, I am sorry, but I would never go out with someone who still uses the word dude or who doesn't know that it is your, not your. If you are looking for a good English tutor, however, I might be able to set something up. Have a great day, and thank you for taking the time to watch and comment. Aw, thank you, Pink Floyd. Love ya. Kathleen says, I wrote a letter to the girlsup.org that she would not be a model and how she is a master of manipulation and how she is fibbed throughout. I asked why this female is important to give a talk to girls whom are impressionable, whom need to be led down the wrong path, whom need not be led down the wrong path. Ooh, I'm sorry. Yes, we should all write to them. As a matter of fact, I think I'll do that as soon as I finish recording this. Write to those people and tell them, no, Meghan. Cassie says, I've been thinking we should find emerald tiaras from Wish.com and mail them to the Sussexes. Funny idea, but I'm not spending a cent on her. They are so easily angry and irritated. That must be another way. There must be another way, Randy says. LOL, says Strawberry Shortcake. And Cassie says, we're merely giving her what she wants, a tiara with green stones. But then again, she might sue. Diana Patterson says, the Dems are grooming her. Another Hillary in the making. So, you guys, what have we learned today? Eleanor of Provence was almost as disliked as the Duchess of Malibu. Number 2, Bizzy Bee is not trying to lecture on history. He simply loves royal history and loves talking about it. Number 3, why is Megxit so concerned about the well-being of her friends? Were they not amongst the no one who had asked her if she was okay? That's right, no one asked her if she was okay. So if these are longtime friends, they must be in that group. So why is she concerned about their well-being now? Makes you wonder. Fourth thing we learned, Megalo's 5 friends don't want their names released because they have learned Meghan is toxic and bad for their brands. Meg doesn't want them exposed lest they have to testify under oath and reveal her whole sordid truth. Fifth thing we learned, you guys, Megxit has a lot to speak to girls about. Learning to see men as rungs on the social ladder, coping with being an African American activist while maintaining the persona of a Caucasian actress for your day job, and, last but not least, glomming onto moguls like Oprah and Tyler Perry, who then use you as a puppet for their political ambitions. Sixth thing we learned, to fit into her new role as a Black Lives Matter activist, Ms. Myrtle has taken on a darker tone as of late, a darker skin tone. Number 7, the patron saint of escorts and yacht girls, Meghan, can speak to her former co-workers, the escorts, as even prostitutes need a plagiarized motivational speech from a failed actress turned speaker of others' words. They can also use their motivational bananas for practice later. Let's see some of those motivational bananas, shall we? Get the money up front. Good advice. Don't dare put it back there unless you pay extra. A very good tip. Pull your con well enough and he won't even think of a prenup. Yacht girls are not better than hookers, but they are a class above them. Meghan, always thinking about her status. The 8th thing we've learned today, you guys, only the demented need reply, is a lovely gentleman who, I am sure, is very popular with whatever he is attracted to. Although, he probably has posters of Meghan hung all over the walls of the basement in his mother's house where he has been living the last 47 years. 9th thing we've learned, Pink Floyd 4 needs to work on his pickup lines, especially if he wants the remotest of chances with me. Was that really your A game, sir? Number 10, maybe these Dems that are dressing Meghan will do a better job than she did for herself. If the clothing fits properly, that will be a great start. Thank you for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification button. Also, please tell your friends about me. Have a great evening, and I'll post again shortly. Bye-bye for now.